truth and nothing else. Yeah, and we are sick and tired of hearing your song, telling how you're gonna change right from wrong. Nothing you really wanna hear or do. You haven't
Tapped on camera, click bait, but it still don't matter. Ogling the empathy, the sympathy, hostility, immunity. When you walk free, this hypocrisy is killing me.
Yo, no more fake apologies. Why don't we start changing the policies? This hypocrisy, give me property. Billion acres and some mules do the economy. To fund the police seeking democracy.
Everybody sing it with me. Get up and do it. Just get to it. Hey, we would not care to wake up to the nightmare that's becoming real.
With your eyes closed, fighting for survival. Open up a third one. Know you both deserve guns. We the black persons, tired of the versions, but we bring change to the flames that you burst.
The witness lad who knows a person's back can turn as cold as ice.
Keep looting and burning because we dying to know. Why folks turn to sleepy eyes, stunting my people's growth. Ain't done nothing, yo. I see how y'all feel about us. Them white tears and up, the color is drowning. Tell me how you're gonna change right from wrong. How?
If you really wanna hear our views, you haven't done nothing. Sing it with me, walk it, say. God's gift. They liked his style of grift and bought into the con. They kissed the ring of this phony king and bowed before the dawn. Filled every heart with rage, put children in a cage and laughed as they cried. The greatest words, their only words, until this genocide. We watch the masses as they're buried in shallow graves.
Do we love our country? Hell yeah! Respect all people? Hell yeah! Do we believe in science? Hell yeah! Spread love, not hate. All day! Not my president! Not my president! Not my president!
If they don't hear it in our words, we'll understand the process of progress. We need water, shit, Babylon is burning. This broken glass, smoke the piss, everywhere we turning. No regard, no regret, no respect, no one learning. We on the street knowledge, watch your back, we emerging. These clouds of pitch black smoke beginning to strangle. Oh, say, motherfuckers just see the stars mangled. And global warming's about to take its turn on the planet, and damn it, ain't nobody even concerned. We stick to intent, to holding on to what we earn. Living in oblivion, obviously we never learn. We can have it all, y'all, only if we had the nerve. Operation demolition around the curve, let it swerve, let it burn. Let it swerve, let it swerve. Let it burn, let it burn. Let it burn. They come to sirens, sirens.
comes out in nowhere. When that makes the tall grass bend into leaning, suddenly the raindrops that fall, they all have a meaning, sprinkling the sea. It makes it all clean. Maybe there's a chance for me to go.
Hello, everybody, and happy third night of Hanukkah. Thank you so much for tuning in to Georgia on Our Minds, a Warnock Ossoff fundraiser to help flip the Senate blue. You just got yourselves a teeny bitty, itty bitty little teaser there of what you're in store for tonight. And it is a very long list of unbelievable performances. But I am so honored that all of you out there would spend some of your precious time hanging out with us here on Facebook and on YouTube. Most important things first, what do we think of my blue wave wig, everybody? I'm kind of feeling her, but I would love to hear from you in the chat. Tell me what you think. I think she's kind of special. I love her. Anyway, no, but for serious. Okay. In case you landed here and you have no idea what's going on, here's a quick recap. The U.S. Senate stands at 50 Republican senators to 48 Democrats, with two races that were too close to call and had to go to a runoff election that's going to take place on January 5th. Both of those seats happen to be in Georgia. Yeah, the state that flipped blue for Biden and Harris after nearly 30 years of voting Republican. Big shout out to the Black women on the ground in that state who have managed nothing short of a heroic voter registration and turnout campaign. Ugh. Okay, so it comes down to this. If the Democrats win these two seats in this runoff, the obstructionism plaguing the Senate and keeping them from getting anything done can become a thing of the past. Do you think people forced to shut down their businesses or lose their jobs because of the pandemic deserve help right now? Do you think we should be appointing judges who believe in, I don't know, equal rights and separation of church and state? Do you think that the team Biden and Harris are putting in place for their administration are competent and qualified and deserve to be voted in by Congress? Do you think the minimum wage should be increased? It hasn't kept up with inflation since, I don't know, like the 1960s. Do you think we should maybe do anything about climate change? How about LGBTQIA plus rights, or criminal justice reform, or systemic racism, or education and college debt, or billionaires paying not even their fair share, but a little bit of taxes? I could go on. And as you can see, I get a little heated about it. But this is how important this runoff election is. It's kind of everything. And it touches the lives of every single one of us, not just Georgians, but the entire country. So once Biden and Harris were declared the winners of the presidential election, the first time, because I have lost count on how many times that's been reconfirmed, yeah. And the dust settled on the Senate races that were decided, and then we realized these two were going to go to a runoff. I just knew that I had to do something. So I looked at the skills that I have, fundraising and producing and performing and hosting and event planning, and I just got to work. And then the most magical thing happened. Literally every person I asked to be involved said yes. And I aimed high, folks. I mean, woo! Broadway and jazz stars, artists of all kinds and genres, some of the most talented people that I know. Yeses from every direction. So buckle up, everybody, because tonight is gonna be good. And since everybody said yes, I should warn you now. The show is going to be a little all over the place. Now, I love that. That's how my artistic brain works. I like classical musical theater and pop and hip hop and rock and avant-garde gender non-conforming drag and dance of all kinds and confrontational political spoofs and just being silly and acting like a total goober. And yes, by now you've probably figured out I am describing the strange concoction of genres and styles you are in for tonight. And maybe you're here because you love classical musical theater and you're not really all that familiar with other things. or fill in the blank with anything else, right? Well, this show is going to swing wildly from performance type to performance type. And I would just say, hey, give something new a chance, Something might not be your cup of tea. And that's totally cool because art is in the eye of the beholder. But like that old saying about the weather and any number of locales, if you don't like something, wait 5 minutes because that's how this show's going to roll. And like I said, this show is a fundraiser. So here's the first of many times that I am going to point you to our donation link. It is posted in the description of both videos, in the YouTube video description and the Facebook video description. Is also being posted in the chat by my good friend and castmate Morgan. Hi Morgan, thanks for posting. I love that you're helping. And if you are lucky enough to be in a position to give, just know that this link was set up directly by the campaigns, okay? There's no middle person or organization or anything. I don't touch the money. It goes straight to them the same way as if you clicked on their website and donated to them. And so, of course, that means that the typical legal, political donation limits apply, and all the details are there when you click the link, so it should be very, very clear. And yeah, if you've got it to spare, and if any of what I just talked about matters to you, please give. All right, enough of me talking. That's not why you're here. Now on to the performing. First up is a little rewrite of a rock classic with this runoff election in mind, starring me and me and me and me and me. That'll make sense in a minute. Please enjoy this totally silly, in-your-face political spoof from deep within the recesses of my crazy brain.
Get that flip. Give the pass the slip. Time for the sack. Break old Mitch's back. When a problem comes along, you must flip it so Biden Harris can move on. You must flip it. I rewrote this song to help us flip it. Now flip it into shape. Shape it up. No hate. Go forward, move ahead, try to convert it. It's not too late to flip it blue. When they ban trans from the fight, you must flip it. Kids in cages left and right, you must flip it. No stimulus in sight, let's help them flip it. I say flip it blue. I say flip it. Flip it blue.
Okay, look, I'm having a little fun here, but this is actually pretty serious. Moscow Mitch has already said he intends to obstruct the Biden-Harris administration in any way possible, no matter the issue. And we've got this one chance left to strip him of that power. Now, that should be enough to inspire donations. But luckily, the two candidates running are worth supporting. Raphael Warnock has been leading the charge in his community for decades. Vernal Poor didn't stop him, no. He worked his way through Morehouse College. He got a PhD, he got ordained, and he was chosen to serve as the senior pastor at the Ebenezer Baptist Church. Yeah, MLK's old pulpit. They don't just pick anybody for that. No. That is for the best of the best. And John Ossoff? Yeah, okay. He went to Georgetown and London School of Economics, and he spent time working for Georgia Congressman Hank Johnson, so he's got a pedigree. But also, lately, he's been running a media company and working as an investigative journalist to root out corruption, to expose sexual slavery, shine a light on organized crime, war crimes, and all kinds of crooked government officials. Both men stand for equality, for dignity, for working class people, and they want to fight for Georgians who've been overlooked for way too long, and in turn, serve the entire country that same way. So if you're eligible to vote in Georgia, please vote by mail or turn out on January 5th to vote for Warnock and Ossoff. And for the rest of us, well, what they really need is money for the get out the vote effort and to just generally help these two honorable men get the jobs they deserve. so we can have a country that's just a little bit more equitable, a little bit more caring, a little bit more functional. Have it be just a bit easier for all of us to make a decent life for ourselves. So give us some money, huh? $1, $5, $15,000. Look, I don't know your life. Maybe Oprah's watching. Oprah, if you are watching, donate. My link tonight. Let's go. Let's do it right now, okay? Because we got work to do, y'all. And they need money to do it. We got it.
Get that flip. Give the pass the slip. Time to hit back. Kick Mitch in the sack. When a problem comes along, you must flip it, so Senate Dems can fix what's wrong. You must flip it. I rewrote this song to help us flip it. Now flip it into shape. Shape it up. No hate. Go forward. Move ahead. Try to convert it. It's not too late to flip it into shape. Shape it up. No hate. Go forward. Move ahead. Try to convert it. It's not too late to flip it. Flip it blue.
Yeah, like I said, silliness from deep within the crazy parts of my brain. Don't worry, it gets better from here, I promise you. And if you're having fun and at any point you're like, this is awesome, more people should be watching, you can share the links out on your social media. We would really appreciate that. Let people know they can come and join us and sit back and relax and have a good time. We'd love to have more friends hanging out with us. So speaking of it gets better, next is something really like, you guys are gonna love this. Trust me about this one. I am really, really excited about this one. Okay. Melody is a step body percussion troupe based out of Las Vegas, but travels the world, bringing this traditional Black art form to the masses through performance and education. The troupe is made up of so many accomplished dancers and percussionists that I would not have time to read you the list of their past accomplishments. Plus, that would be super boring when what you really want is to watch them do their thing. Because it's good, y'all. So here's a video from a past performance of theirs. You know, back when we could all be in live theaters and like sit really close together and like hoot and holler at live stuff. Okay, yeah, stuff like that. So here we go. Please enjoy Melody. See? Told you it gets better than the silliness in my brain. I did not lie, am I right? Put it out in the chat, y'all, if you like what you're seeing. I mean, come on. Now, that is just mind-blowingly good, the incredible skill it takes to do that. Whoa. And I, for one, cannot wait until we get back out into the world and we can actually see stuff like that live with all that energy and the power. Oh, my gosh. And so here comes my next donation pitch. Speaking of getting back out there and seeing live shows again, if we want a real pandemic plan, plans that get the infrastructure and funding we need to distribute the vaccine efficiently, plus get the right kind of stimulus to jumpstart the economy, we need to flip the Senate. Please help elect the Democrats down in Georgia on January 5th by donating right now. Once again, link is in the descriptions of both the YouTube and the Facebook video. I'm sure Morgan's posting it up in there in the chat because she's awesome like that. And really any amount helps. $1, $5, whatever. We've all seen how lots of small donations banded together can absolutely make a difference. So give whatever you can if you're able. And actually, I want to just shout out and say that I'm so incredibly grateful to everyone who's already donated. We're over $1,600 raised right now. I want to set my goal of reaching $2,000, hopefully quickly. That's where I want to go with that, $2,000. So who's out there who can donate, who can push us from a little bit over $1,600 right now up to the $2,000 mark? I hope we can get there. I think there are a lot of people who love what we're doing and support this cause. And all right, back to performing, because that's what you're here for. So here's something for the audience members out there who love a good old-fashioned classic song delivered in a pure and tender way. It's the theme song of our show, performed by a very dear friend of mine. They're an incredibly skilled and talented production technician and engineer working behind the scenes for all kinds of major venues and artists, but they're also a beautiful performer in their own right. Here to give us Georgia on My Mind is Jules in Delicato.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps my Georgia on my mind. Oh, sad, Georgia, 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 Georgia. A song of you comes as sweet and as clear as moonlight through the pines. Other arms reach out to me. Other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road lead back to you. Oh, always you. No, 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 Georgia, 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 Georgia. No peace I find. Just an old sweet song keeps my Georgia on my mind. Oh, sweet song keeps Georgia
I could just listen to that all day long. Well, night long too. Ugh. Okay. Time to get a bit more serious. So, something kind of unreal happened this spring and summer. In the midst of our current pandemic, we saw an explosion of support coalesce around a different kind of pandemic that has been plaguing our country for hundreds of years. I'm talking about the kind of systemic racism that leads to the all too regular murder of innocent Black and brown people, either by average citizens who are pretending to take the law into their own hands or by police officers who are supposed to be upholding the law and protecting people, not killing them. Now, I would be here for hours if I listed the names of even the murder victims from the last handful of years, but I will go ahead and call out just the latest instead. Casey Goodson Jr., who was shot in the back by a Columbus, Ohio sheriff while he had his keys in his hand and was unlocking the door to his own home. And that happened last week. I'm really sorry. I get emotional around this because I cannot wrap my head around it. I just can't. Racism is a pandemic too. Black Lives Matter. And I was so moved by all of the art being created this spring and summer around this movement. The world was forced to slow down and take stock, and what so many people chose to do with that extra time was stand up and speak out and march and make art. And this next piece was created by a dancer friend of mine this summer. We met last summer when we were both performing in a show, and I was so impressed by his talent and his energy then, but I saw this piece is here, and it just touched me. His emotion is just so raw, and it's so out there. It's a short piece, but I think it gets across so much. So here is Jordan Burns, Can You Hear Me?
No peace, no justice, 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 no peace.
I wanna capture the essence of being unbothered. Hey, oh, yeah, hey. I've been acting hella different lately, can you hear me? Can't get my new number to my baby, can you hear me? Got too much security, none of them bitches can't get near me. My mink be so furry, got them vultures trying to get me, ooh. My shit be hella loud, can you hear me, my shit be hella loud, can you hear me, I throw it in the crowd, can you hear me, my shit be hella loud, can you hear me, I've been acting hella different lately, can you hear me? Can't get my new number to my baby, can you hear me? Got too much security, none of them bitches can't get near me. My mink be so furry, got them vultures trying to get me, ooh.
My shit be hella loud, can you hear me, oh? My shit be hella loud, can you hear me, oh? I throw it in the crowd, can you hear me, oh? My shit be hella loud, can you hear me, oh?
Thank you so much, Jordan, for sharing that with the world. We are better for it. Now we turn to another dear friend of mine whose talent and heart I admire so much. He's so talented, so kind, and so smart. In his spare time, when he's not performing, he is a scientist, and the company he works for has been hard at work developing and producing COVID testing throughout all of this. But if that wasn't enough to be impressed by, something else that impressed me was how politically engaged he got during the last election cycle. Like so many people, he had voted before, but he'd never volunteered to work for a campaign in the past. But this time, he was moved to do more. And who did he do more? He jumped in with both feet for Team Pete first, and then Biden-Harris after the primaries, volunteering, organizing, working to get out the vote. He was so energized, engaged, and hardworking. But even better, yes, it gets better. It was his positivity around the whole thing. He never denigrated those who disagreed or backing other candidates. He treated everyone with respect and kindness while standing firm for what he believed in and fighting for the progress this country desperately needs. That's what I call a role model to look up to. I love you, Jesse. I'm so proud to call you my dear friend. Here to sing Midnight Radio from Hedwig and the Angry Inch is Jesse Cortez.
Burns dry. Dream a song that hits you so hard, filling you up and suddenly gone. Love, give free, know in your soul, like your blood knows the way, from your heart to your brain, it knows that you're whole, and you're shining like the brightest star, a transmission on the midnight radio. And you're spinning like a 45 ballerina, dancing to your rock and roll. Here's to Patty and Tina and Yoko, Aretha and Nona and Nico and me, and all the strange rock and rollers. You know you're doing alright, so hold on to each other. You gotta hold on tonight, and you're shining like the brightest star, transmission on the midnight radio. And you're spinning your new 45s for the misfits and the losers. Yeah, you know you're rock and rollers, spinning to your rock and roll. Lift up your hands. 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 Lift up your hands.
I love that song. Jesse, you're so good. And listen, I know what you were all thinking because I was thinking it too. How dare Jesse be able to sing higher than me? Rude, okay? That's just rude, Jesse. No, but really, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Guess what, y'all? We hit the $2,000 mark. So thank you. I'm freaking out. But we can do more because we're not even like halfway through the show, y'all. I don't even know where we're Okay. Calm down, Nicole. Get yourself together. Look. If you weren't logged on before and you only joined us recently, or if you just haven't clicked the link yet, or hey, maybe all of these performances are inspiring you to donate again. Because guess what? There's no rule against donating more than once. Absolutely not. So yes, the show's a fundraiser to flip the Senate blue and get Democratic Georgia candidates Raphael, Warnock, and John Ossoff elected. But maybe you don't know who these candidates are and you want to learn a little bit more before donating or after. So we went ahead and we shared their websites in the video descriptions on YouTube and Facebook. So you absolutely can take a look. I'm sure Morgan's putting them in the chat now because she's so on it. And if you're just watching on your TV, you can look them up very easily. WarnockForGeorgia.com or electjohn.com. John is spelled Jon, no H, so electjon.com. So check them out. Taking power away from Mitch McConnell should be enough to inspire donations, but luckily that does not have to be the only reason because these are good men who will fight for those who've been overlooked for way too long. So feel free to read up and then consider donating because we hit our $2,000 mark, y'all. So you know what that means. I have to set a new mark. So I'm saying, let's go. I'm going big. I'm going to go big and I'm going to say $2,500 because I think we've got $500 out there somewhere. I think so. Not necessarily in one person. It could be lots of $20 or $30 donations, $5 donations, whatever you've got, we'll take it. And while you figure out how much you're going to donate or if you're going to look at those websites, I'm going to go play our next video because it is a goodie. Tim Brown is an incredibly talented singer and actor based out of LA. And like so many artists who've been entirely shut out of our work for the last 9 months or so, he's been busy putting out some just stunning performances online. So when I decided to do the show, he was like right at the top of my list to ask. And he came through, y'all, with a new recording of an old classic he made just for this show. Here's Tim Brown with Higher Ground.
2020 has been a hard year, and this election is probably the worst that we've ever seen. But did you know that it's not over? On January 5th, there is a Senate runoff in Georgia, and 2 seats are up for election. Now, if you like me and you don't live in Georgia, then it's up to us to get the word out and do all we can to help so that we can flip the Senate and turn it blue. Let's get to a higher ground, y'all.
Tim. Okay, that is one of my all-time favorite jams. And I actually didn't think I could love it more, but I do now. So thank you, Tim. All right, next up is something some might call a little out of the ordinary, which I love. Lavelle William Davis, also known as Cocoa Butter, is a drag artist based out of Oakland who's been taking the Bay Area by storm. But maybe there are people watching who aren't too familiar with the art of drag. Maybe some folks think that it's just like female impersonation, like dressing up as a Cher or a Britney lookalike. And certainly it is that some of the time. But the art form really is so much more than that. It's always been political and barrier breaking. That is not new, but the different directions in which this generation of drag artists are taking the form, I mean, they're so dynamic and they are so groundbreaking. And I feel like the more avant-garde style of drag is most impactful when it's deeply personal. And that's something that Cocoa Butter does beautifully. This piece was created for Oaklash, which is an Oakland drag and queer performance festival that, like everything else, had to go online this year. And when I saw the video, I immediately related to the themes of the piece, to how our past colors are present, who we've been, and the way we experienced the world in the past doesn't necessarily dictate the way we walk through the world in our future, but we still carry it with us. How if we are doing this thing called life right, we are always becoming a better version of ourselves and hopefully a more honest version of ourselves. Someone who isn't afraid to live fully and openly, who can own that there are different facets of who we are, different pieces that make up our unique puzzle. And I love that about this performance. I really do. It spoke to me. So, plus, Coco looks smoking hot and the music rocks so hard. But hey, this might not be your normal cup of tea. And if that's the case, I don't know, keep an open mind. See if maybe you can connect to any of the themes and the messages. So here now with the Why I Gotta Be Black Parade is Cocoa Butter.
When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. He said, son, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned? He said, will you defeat them, your demons, and all the non-believers, the plans that they have made? Because one day I'll leave you a phantom to lead you in the summer to joy
ashamed. I'm gonna show my scar. Give a cheer for all the broken. Listen here, because it's who we are. Just a man, I'm not a hero. Just a boy who had to sing this song. Just a man, I'm not a hero. I don't care. We'll carry on. We'll carry on. And though we are sad, believe me, your memory will carry on. You'll carry on. And though we are again undefeated, can we repeat our marches?
So powerful, so much strength and honesty and beauty. Thank you, Coco. Thank you so much. I'm excited to tell you that we're at $2,350 and I set the goal of $2,500. So I know we've got another $150 out there. So yeah, dig deep, y'all. I think we can get there. But to the next performance, to something entirely different, totally changing styles, because I warned you in the beginning this was going to happen, but I actually think this performance shares the same level of earnestness and personal connection through performance. Okay, so Kim Nally is a jazz and blues star with, I think, 5 or 6 albums of her own. Oh God, I'm a jerk, I can't remember. But she's guested on so many others as well. She's all over the place. She regularly sells out Jazz at Lincoln Center and SF Jazz and a whole host of other top-level venues, and, well, duh, because she is phenomenally talented and entertaining. But if you have only heard her beautifully croon out a standard, you may not know that she's also deep into a PhD from Berkeley, writing her dissertation on the globalization of jazz and Black cultural politics. She's a brilliant and formidable activist, on top of being the talented artist and performer that she's best known for being. And here with that old musical theater chestnut home is Kim Nally.
When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflow. I wish I was home. I wish I was back there with the things I've been nowhere. When that makes the tall grass bend into leaning, suddenly the raindrops that fall, they all have a meaning, sprinkling the sea. It makes it all clear. Maybe there's a chance for me to go back, now that I have some direction. It sure would be nice to be back home, where there's love and affection, and just maybe I can convince time to slow up, giving me enough time in my life to suddenly my world was gone and changed its face. But still I know where I'm going. I had my mind spun around and around and around this place, and yet I've watched it roll away. Oh, I know you're listening, God, so please don't make it hard for us to know if we should believe all the things that we see. Tell us, should we try to stay, or should we run away? Or would it be better just to let things be? Living here in this brand new world of ours might be a fantasy, but it has taught me to love, and so it's real, real, real to me. And I've learned that we must look inside our hearts to find a world full of love, like yours, like
Oh, I could just, Kim's voice. Oh my gosh. Oh, and that was Tammy Holland piano. So good, so good, so good. Okay, look, I know that moved you because it moved me. So maybe let it move you to donate? Huh? See what I did there? Yeah, I know. That wasn't my best one. I know. But look, this is a fundraiser. We're trying to raise some money. We're at $2,350. I want us to get to $2,500. Who's got $150? Who's got $5? And a whole bunch of people can put in $5, and then we get there. How about that? Huh? Because we are trying to flip the Senate blue and rip power right out of Moscow Mitch McConnell's obstructionist hands and help us make the progress this country desperately needs. That said, I am all too keenly aware that there might be folks watching who aren't in a position to give financially, folks like me who are unemployed or underemployed. I lost my day job. I lost nearly all my performance work and just about everything I'm trained for and have spent my entire life doing for work basically is impossible right now. Or there are like so few possibilities and so many people competing for them because we're all in that same out of work boat. So if that's you, I get it. Believe me, I do. And that is why I wanted to also call out some other opportunities. So if there are folks out there feeling frustrated that you cannot give financially, here are ways to get involved because the Get Out the Vote effort is so important. This runoff will absolutely be decided by turnout. Absolutely. That's it. And so folks who don't live in Georgia can make an impact on that in three main ways. You can write and mail postcards. You can do that old school phone banking thing. And then there's also new school text banking and app messaging. So we've got links posted in the description of the video on both YouTube and Facebook. And I know Morgan's on her job because she's amazing, posting in the chat. If writing postcards interests you, you need to jump on that real quick because it takes a while for things to go through the mail. The final deadline of this is December 18th for that, to get those in the mail. So jump on that right now. But that's through Flip the West. And Flip the West actually has a ton of awesome events. So we're going to put that main link to the Flip the West events up there in that, in our descriptions and in the chat. And then specifically, I want to call out an Instagram messaging event because that's not your average event. And there might be some folks out there who love their Insta. They're on it all the time. And it would be nothing to send out some messages through that. And then one last thing I want to call out is the Human Rights Campaign Text Bank. event specifically to reach Latino voters. So one of the critical constituencies to flipping Georgia blue for Biden and Harris was the Latino vote. And so there is a major push within that community. So if that interests you, there's a specific event just to reach out there. So yeah, if you are short on funds, but long on desire to help, there are ways, and you can absolutely get involved. And now back to the show with a totally ridiculous number that my silly brain cooked up. Yes, another one of those. And I asked my dear friend DC Scarpelli to lend his brilliant writing skills. And then I recruited a bunch of my old San Francisco theater pals to make us a little group number. I think I'm not going to tell you much about it. I think I'm just going to let you take it all in all its glory. So here now are Jesse Cortez, Morgan Daly, Joey McDaniel, Neil Pasqua, Nick Rodriguez, Sky Violet Wilson, and me in what I'm calling Blue.
We don't want a lot for Christmas or Hanukkah. There is just one thing we need.
We don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree.
We just want a higher tone, reps that will not make us groan.
Oh, Georgia, make it true. All we want for Christmas is blue.
We've been blessed a lot this Christmas. Say goodbye to lies and greed.
Cannot wait to flush that turd down, even though he won't concede.
There's one thing though that we're lacking to take McConnell's power away.
Send Purdue and Loeffler packing. That would make our Christmas day.
We could finally pass some bills, break their chokehold, cure some ills,
Make our wish come true. All we want for Christmas is blue. Blue, baby.
Warnock and Ossoff make this happen. Let's get a Senate House that cares.
So something more than corporations, which white cis men and their share.
That's what y'all have hatred for. Yank the power out of their hands.
Blow down that racist wall. Hear the people's real demand.
Santa can't help me tonight. I need you to fight this fight.
It's all up to you.
Oh, Georgia, all we want for Christmas is blue. Blue, baby.
All the lights are shining so brightly everywhere.
And our democratic power fills the air.
And we are all here singing. Those bells of freedom ringing.
Georgia want to bring us the thing we really need.
won't you please bring the Senate to us quickly?
We don't want a lot for Christmas. This is all we're asking for. We just want to see compassion back there on the Senate floor. More important than you know is the power of your vote. Make our wish come true. Georgia, all we want for Christmas is blue. Blue, baby. Georgia, make the Senate blue.
Georgia, make the Oh, look. I got a guest star with me. Hi. This is my niece, Lila, and she really wanted to be on the show tonight. So we decided to bring her on. And I thought we'd do like a little interview because, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up?
There's a lot of things.
Well, name the really biggest, most important one.
Movie star or fashion designer or pop star.
Or
president.
Of the United States, right?
Or queen of the world.
Or queen of the world. You know, one of those. Anyway, hey, kid, okay, so if you want to be any of those things, you're going to have to get used to doing interviews. So we're going to do an interview right now. Okay. So why do you think it's important that we flip the Senate blue?
So Biden and Harris can do more important work to help people.
Oh, I love that answer. And how much money do you think people should give us tonight?
As much as possible.
As much as
they're willing to give us.
As much as they'd be willing to give us. Oh, that's a very diplomatic answer. I love it. And the last and most important question is who is your favorite auntie?
Yeah!
I think that was a gimme. I set her up. All right, kiddo. All right, you're gonna help me introduce this next one. All right. So she's gonna stick around while I do this. Okay, so I told you that number was ridiculous. You were warned. I just want to thank all my old musical theater pals for going on that silly ride with me. We had a ton of fun. I hope you had fun watching it. And speaking of old theater pals, I'm so excited that I recently got to reconnect with this old friend of mine from college who's next up in the show. We went to NYU's Tisch School of the Arts together, and we met when she came into audition for a college a cappella group that I had started with another friend of mine. And she had this huge, luscious voice, and you basically could not take your eyes off her whenever she was performing. And it turns out we were just among the first to feel that way about her, because since then she's gone on to Broadway and TV. In fact, she was in Come From Away on Broadway until COVID shut it down. And she has recorded a tried and true musical theater classic for us. I'm so excited to give it to you. Here to sing one of my all-time favorite songs is Pearl Sun.
Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring around a clown to rain on my parade. Don't tell me not to fly, I simply got to. If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you. Who told you you're allowed to rain on my parade? I'll march my band out, I'll beat my drum, and if I'm banned now, your turn it back, sir. At least I didn't fake it, sir. I guess I didn't make it, but whether I'm the rose of sheer perfection, the freckle on the nose of life's complexion, the cinder or the shiny apple of its eye, I gotta fly once, I gotta try once, only can die once, right, sir? Ooh, love is juicy, juicy, and you'll see I'm gonna have my bite, sir. Get ready for me, love, 'cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march, my heart's a drummer. Don't bring around a clown to rain on my parade. I'm gonna live and live now. Get what I want, I know how. One roll for the whole shebang. One throw, that bell will go clang. Eye on the target and wham. One shot, one gunshot, and bam! Hey, Mr. Einstein, here I am. I'll march my band down, I'll beat my drum, and if I'm banned out, your turn at bat, sir. At least I didn't fake it, sir. I guess I didn't make it. Get ready for me, love, 'cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march, my heart's a drum, and nobody, no, nobody is gonna rain
bring it on. I love me some good old-fashioned belting. Oh, Pearl, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And special shout out to Daniel Thomas for the accompaniment on that one. Beautiful arrangement. Thank you, Daniel. I got to say something right now, y'all, because we're at $2,475. And that's $25 off of the goal I set. And I want to know who is it going to be who puts us over my goal. Who's that person going to be? Who's going to give us that 25 or more dollars? You could bump it up. That's fine with me. And whoever it is, I'm gonna shout you out. I'm going to shout you out, and I want to say a special thank you. But I already just have to say so many thank yous. And I couldn't go through all the names of people who've donated because there's already like this huge long list. I cannot thank you enough. It's amazing. It's just when I set out to do this, I really had no idea if anyone would watch or if anyone would donate. But I thought, listen, I'm going to have fun doing it. So even if no one watches and no one donates, it'll be fun. But I'm thrilled. I'm over the moon that people have supported in the way that they have. So, but who is it going to be? Who's going to put us over the $2,500 mark? I want to know. All right. Moving on from one Broadway star to another. This next gentleman does not need an introduction. He needs no introduction wherever he goes, but he loves hearing people talk about him, so I'm going to give him one anyway. I met Jason Graw when we were both in 42nd Street Moon's production of Little Me, which ended up basically just being a masterclass for me in comedy, where I sat at the feet of this veteran and tried to learn as much as I possibly could. He played the lead, of course, and I played about, I think it was like 67 different tiny characters, and I spent the majority of the show making quick changes. And while one costume was coming off and another costume was going on, I was off stage being treated to one of the very best comedic performances I've ever seen in my life. I can kind of sing too, yeah. Some of the hit Broadway shows he starred in include Grand Night for Singing, Forever Plaid, Do Patent Leather Shoes Really Reflect Up, Snoopy, and he was actually playing the wonderful Wizard of Oz in the national tour of Wicked before, well, COVID. Yeah, he's incredible. Watch for yourself. Here is Jason Graw with My Funny Valentine.
Hi there, I'm Jason Graw. Please give a warm welcome to my pianist, Mr. Alex Rybeck. I'd now like to sing a song for you by Rodgers and Hart. My funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine, you make me smile with my heart. This tempo's much too slow, it's slowing down the show. I could have used a hipper chart. Should I make a gesture here? Does my smile look sincere? God, I really need a beer. Is this art? Now, here comes that awful note where I constrict my throat. Pray I get through it, just pray. I really blew it. Oy vey. Now I really need to soar, 'cause we've done this part before. I don't like it anymore. It's a bore. For here's where you modulate while we accelerate. This part is such a cliche. Phooey on Valentine's Day. Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
I mean, oh, I adore you, Jason. I really do. And if that performance tickled you even half as much as it tickled me, please let it tickle open your wallets. Yeah, I know these pitches are getting worse. I know. But this is a fundraiser and I'm trying. We did get over our mark, y'all. And Mark, Checkle, Mark, you're the person who put us over our $2,500 goal. Oh, Mark. Thank you. So listen, we hit 2,500. So, you know, we got to go higher. I don't make the rules. That's how fundraising works. So I don't know, 2,750? What do we think? Can we get there? I don't know. I don't know if we can get there or not. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I'm choosing to believe. I do make the rules. Yes, Leon. I'm gonna shout out to my streaming producer who's adding all of the commentary that I am loving, by the way. All right, I'm gonna not hit the camera over here anymore. All right, listen. Just so you know, the link is in the descriptions of both videos. It is a link that goes directly to the campaigns the same way as if you donated on the candidates' website. I set it up in coordination with the candidates. So please donate now. We really need to help the folks on the ground in Georgia, and the only way to do that is give them the funds they need to get out the vote and push turnout in order to win this. Okay, with that out of the way, I'm going to keep the comedic musical theater ball rolling, because we're having fun with that, right? This next performer and I were in the very best production of the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee in the history of ever. Now, listen, I know that some of my theater friends are watching, and I bet you were in productions, and I bet you're here to argue that yours was the best, but no, ours was the best, and I'm not biased at all. Ours was totally the best. Ours really was the best. Okay. Tommy Sim, I'm joking around, but it's a pretty dang good production. Anyway, hilarious, talented, charming, super fun at parties, kind-hearted, and adorable. That is how I would describe my friend Nick. All of which you're about to see in this next very patriotic number called Color Out of Colorado. All right, here comes Nick Rodriguez.
In state after state, the legislature wants to regulate human nature. In short, from sea to shining sea, they try to tell you who to be. They can pass all the statutes that they please. Acorns won't grow into maple trees. Besides, those differences that they hate are the strength that made this country great. Only fools can write those laws. They simply won't succeed because you can't take the color out of Colorado. You can't take the Mary out of Maryland. As John Philip Sousa said, I can't march if I can't hear the boys in the band. You can't take the sissy out of Mississippi. He's there and he's going to stay. And so QED, it's as plain as ABC. You need us to make the USA. You can't kick our asses out of Massachusetts or subtract the 10% from Tennessee. Utah would never be the beehive state if the hairdressers went absentee. You can't run the homos out of Oklahoma. It's their home and they won't go away. Yes, we're proud to state we help to make this country great. You need us to make the USA. Shh. Who will ever be passé in old El Paso? Who will always know what's new in New Orleans? Chicago with no chic would be boring in a week. And you can't have New York City without Queens. You cannot replace those Staten Island ferries. And who's going to keep Santa Fe in the land of the free? Diversity is key. You need us to make the USA. Go on. Take the virgin out of West Virginia. Take the orgy out of Georgia, if you must. You can try to drive the evil out of Wisconsin and leave Illinois' ills in the dust. You can try to take the KY from Kentucky, though I doubt you will get very far. But you'll never take the color out of Colorado. Don't you realize who we are? We're the friendly teller at your bank. We're the teacher at your Sunday school. We're the guy who fixed your water tank. We're the cute new lifeguard at the pool. We're the nice young man who bought your car. We're the lady singing on the radio. We're your favorite daytime TV stars. All kinds of people you already know. We're doctors, lawyers, movers, shakers, friends and neighbors, policymakers. And remember this about us: America couldn't do without us. Think of Provincetown, Key West, and San Francisco. Without us, they'd be a lot more like Fort Wayne. We're part of America the Beautiful. Remember her fruited plains. We're all marching to a master orchestration. So let all the instruments play. Just to leave no doubt, one more time I'll spell it out. You need us to make the USA. You need us to make the
I actually hadn't heard that song before Nick brought it to me as an idea for this show. And the moment I heard it, I was like, yes, of course, you have to do that. And in case folks are curious, that is from a show called When Pigs Fly, created by Howard Crabtree and Mark Waldrop. And that's a great segue to my next performer, because he too brought a song idea for this show that I'd never heard before from a musical I didn't know before. This next song is The World Is Coming to a Start from a show called Purlie. And for my fellow musical theater nerds out there, it is worth looking up. It's Purlie, P-U-R-L-I-E. Okay, but this gentleman also happens to be an incredible visual artist on top of all his amazing performing skills. He's the associate director of the School of Web Design and New Media at the Academy of Art, and he's even invented, get this, several original fonts. Like who does that? Well, my friend. So he wasn't just gonna stand there and sing a number. No. He put all of his skills to use for this next amazing work of art. Please enjoy, and I know that you will, DC Scarpelli's stunning rendition of The World Is Coming to a Start.
Ever get the feeling when you read the papers the world is caving in? That the animal part of the human heart is finally gonna win? Well, it just may be that what you see are the growing pains of liberty, and the world ain't coming to an end, my friend. The world's just coming to a start. I feel it in my heart. The world is coming to a start. Everybody's saying when you look about you, the world has gone insane. That the heavenly goal of the human soul will perish in the flame. Well, it just may be that what they see is the storm before tranquility, and the world ain't coming to an end, my friend. The world's just coming to a start. I feel it in my heart. The world is coming to a start. makes a grim prediction the world ain't gonna work. That the orderly line in the human mind has really gone berserk. Well, it just may be that what we see are the dying throes of apathy. And the world ain't coming to an end, my friend. The world's just coming to a start. I feel it in my heart. The world is coming to, the world is coming to, the world is coming to a start.
I did not lie, did I? That is visually just stunning. Oh, I think I had to watch it like 3 times back to back when he sent it so that I could catch all of the visuals that were in there. Yeah. And being honest, I think I liked when he flipped off Trump and McConnell the best. What? I can be petty sometimes. I really can. But you know what? I'm also kind of a big old sap other times. I get super sweet and emotional and sappy, and I'm kind of a big old dork. And when I was thinking about like a more serious number that I could perform for the show, I was kind of at a bit of a loss up until the very end, like this Wednesday, actually. Yeah, dork confirmed. Yeah. So okay. So I had a moment of clarity on Wednesday. The reason that I'm doing this is because I dare to be hopeful. I dare to imagine that a better world is possible, that if we work hard, we can have a positive impact on the world and the people around us, that if we can dream of a kinder, more loving world, that maybe we can get it. And that reminded me of a song that I've been singing since I was about 5 years old. So at 11:30 p.m. on Wednesday night, I went down into my sister's basement and I recorded this. And then we were somehow magically blessed with this beautiful 60-degree sunny day here in Champaign on Thursday. So I went outside and I filmed. And so now, here is my latest rendition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops, way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. a star. Wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why, then why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I? Okay, I don't like watching myself. I think a lot of performers are like that. So I went and checked out our fundraising while you all were watching that. We're at 2,800. We hit that goal. My goal was 2,750. We hit it. I cannot thank you all enough for how generous that you've been. My heart, she bursts with gratitude. But our fundraising is not done. The donation link is not going to shut down after we end the show, which is sadly after just one more video. If you missed early performances, if you joined us late, here's the deal. This, both the Facebook Live video and the YouTube video are going to stay up. And you can start the show over again when we finish here. Or maybe you just want to rewatch your fave performance from tonight. That's cool. Or maybe you're thinking of people that you think would really dig this and you want to share it with them. You can share out the link, especially folks who you think are in this with us in this fight and love our cause and maybe want to donate, because that link, it's going to stay active. It's going to stay live. We will keep taking money. We take it right now if you want to give it. I mean, 2,800 is pretty close to 3,000, she said with a very high-pitched voice. But listen, speaking of favorite performances tonight, the thanks that I have for the participating performers, it knows no bounds, none. I cannot believe how everyone just said yes. And then they just delivered this absolutely beautiful art. And then I got to share it with you all. Artists will not be stopped, y'all. This pandemic might have shut down our venues. But artists gotta art. And I know that if you found your way to the show, it's because you are either an artist yourself or you are at least someone who understands the important role that art plays in this world. So please, everybody join me in thanking the amazing performers from tonight. Melody, Jules and Delicato, Jordan Burns, Jesse Cortez, Tim Brown, Coco Butter, Kim Nally, Morgan Daly, Joey McDaniel, Neil Pasquan, Sky Violet Wilson, my group number, Pearl Sun, Jason Gra, Nick Rodriguez, DC Scarpelli, Jazz Mafia, and a massive, cannot be overstated thank you to my streaming producer,
Leanna Keys from Transcend streaming. Leanna! There she is! Hi! Oh, Leanna! Oh, I love you so much. I love you so much. She's the best. You all don't understand, like, the work, the brilliance, the genius. I can't. There's no words. I would be remiss if I did not send a special thank you to my sister Melissa and my niece Lila for letting me turn a portion of their house into a production studio, along with just all of the love and support that they've given me in general in life, but especially during this really, really tough time. Yeah, and so now we are going to turn to our final performance tonight. But I just want to tell you that just in the last few seconds, a bunch of people just gave money. We're at $3,315. That's where we are right now. Wow. I'm blown away. I'm so grateful. I can't. I'm totally gonna cry because that's who I am. I'm a crier. Y'all know that if you know me. If you don't, welcome to my life. Okay. Last performance, closing out the show, is Jazz Mafia. And in case you don't know, Jazz Mafia is a collective of some of the very best musicians out there making music today, like for reals. Their work spans all kinds of genres and mediums, but there's one thing that always remains constant with them, and that is the ridiculously high quality of it all. I have to leave you all now, but I have been so blessed to get this time with you all. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for donating. And we're going to close the show now with Jazz Mafia's amazing video, Tunnel Vision.
So I think about where we are now, and I think at the very least, the American people have light at the end of the tunnel.
The only way to get through is to go through. That's all we can do, 'cause there's no turning back. We gotta stay on track till we get to the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the end of the struggle. We're gonna be alright. I see the light, yeah.
Head to the sky, eyes on the prize. I've gotta shine. Hey, dreams over fears. Let your worries all disappear. 'Cause we gotta be that. If we lean on each other, then we got a shot. Hey, we gotta work it out. If you want change to come. Turn up.
When it's over, we gon' kick back, laugh, have a kiki. Look at the stars, other side of the whole world's got some problems. What we gonna do to solve them? Sometimes we don't try, thinking we'll lose, but you fail, couldn't take a chance.
We're living just one day at a time.
The only way to get through is to go through. That's all we can do, 'cause no turning back. Gotta stay on track till we get to the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the end of the struggle. We're gonna be alright. I see the light, yeah.
You smile, you struggle so hard to fight. It'll open your eyes. Other side is paradise.
The light from the horizon of our brand new day is coming our way. They tried to bury us. They didn't know that we were.
Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can. Hatred cannot drive out hate, only love can.
Worked our way up from the past, showed them no our strength gon' last.
We've been through so much drama, from the drama to Obama, but like a dozen mamas, we'll keep marching to Nirvana. The only way to get through is to go through. That's all we can do, 'cause there's no turning back. Gotta stay on track till we get to the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the end of the struggle. We're gonna be alright. I see the light, yeah.
Be sure to get your ticket.
Your 2 kids, your partner and your white picket. Good living with a vision is specific. Divine state of mind and a fine place to visit.
So far, yet still looks far away, but each and every day we keep pushing to make change. Don't be muddled, befuddled, or disrupted by distraction. Maintain mission, motive, and passion.
Objects appear closer. Guapa like it to the cake, I'll never need a chauffeur. Self-drive to 10 and 2, please don't make me exposure. Made slaves out of metaphors, we built another building when they bolt the door.
It makes you wonder why we be getting so metaphor. Deep love for the people, hope at the core. Whatever we can imagine, it's really up to us to manifest and manage, then repair the damage, damn it.
Keep rapping races cause you know this is a marathon. But short-term memories are ghosts like puffin' marijuana. Testing mental health, rest and use your breath. Essential right mind, start right before you electrolyte.
Panther programs, local slow jams, parks and positives, sparks and politics. Through all the struggles and decisions we can understand. No need for medals or no ribbons, just defeat the man.
It's a light at the end of the tunnel. Choose to not go through, don't buckle. Just follow the light, just follow the light. Meet me on the other side, there it goes. It's a light at the end of the tunnel. Choose to not go through, don't buckle. Just follow the light, see you on the other side.
Well, I guess it takes a deadly disease from overseas and stolen breath from a knee on the neck like death. I can't be here no more. Got my bags back filled with my passport sitting right at the door.
I got the bigger picture on my mind, and I know I'll get through it this time.
It's a choice, but you lose your voice.
Why do we cry about those who lost their way? If you can see the light, maybe you can help them find their way.
Put your hands in mine, you won't walk alone. Our hearts are strong. Arms ahead and carry on.
The only way is to go through. That's all we can do. There's no turning back. We gotta stay on track till we get to the light. At the end of the tunnel, I see the end of the struggle. We'll be alright. I see the light. I see the light. Yeah.
There goes the light, I see the light. Move towards the light at the end of the tunnel. Look up ahead, get out your head. It through its head to the end of the tunnel. There goes the light, I see the light. Move towards the light at the end of the tunnel. Look up ahead, get out your head. Get through its head to the end of the struggle.
We can't leave the country, no way, but it's close like Sunday. But watch me, I'm amazing. Oh, I guess I'll stay and teach these children. Unpack with heads subsidized, but they're blessing me.